Hello viewers, welcome to another new video. In this video I'm going to explain how we can generate user application complete menu dynamically. So based on the user login information, so we'll collect the role access of that user and then we'll generate dynamically. So basically what we do, how we can generate user role-based user login access user menu dynamically. So let me log in as a super admin user. I already run the application. So if I log in as a super admin user with admin credentials, I already copy the login information. So system will can access everything. So as we can see, like maybe 20 menus, and we have a 3 menu 1 2 3. So everything a super admin user can access. But for testing purpose, if we log in as a other general user, let's say Liam Battle, I'm going to copy and sign out. So if I log in as a general user, then what happens? So general user cannot access everything. So this user can access something like his complaint, public issues, and assign issue, and the manage complaint as well, also the notifications. So what is the main purpose of this video? So how we can maintain the menu things dynamically based on the user role access. So we design this application such a way so all user cannot access everything, only super admin or admin user can access everything. But what happened if the other user log into the system, then that user can access only that user assigned role. So we have create role also dynamically here, manage user, and also into the manage user we have manage the system or manage user roles. So we can create roles based on the user page access. So we have all the page list here. If we create a new role and if we check everything, then that role is the owner of every page access. And during the creating new user, let me show you using creating new user, then there is a drop down, so admin, agent, or public users. So this is the summary. So let's jump into the main video from the project live code explanation. So I will explain step by step backend and get data and store data into the local storage, encrypt it and decrypt the data, and finally generate the menu dynamically. I'm going to back into my Visual Studio and let me just bigger screen and also zoom in so that so first into the controllers, so how we collect the user login info. So during the login, if login success, then we collect user login user data. If we go to the, I have created an account service. In this service there is a method get login user data. Go to implementation. So I design a table. You manage user roles and manage user roles details. So let's say we have a 10 page. So let's say user role name is super admin. So super admin have 10 one to many relation in the role details. Manage user role details have the 10 page as a boolean type is true. So this information as a list view will collect. So if that user can access the super admin, so all the page flag boolean type will as a return true. But if that user access only 5 pages, so this table return let's say total pages 20, then 15 page will be false and 5 page will be true. So we have to create the super admin, then during the creating new user, then we have to assign that user role. So system will mapping everything in the backend. So we are getting data during the login. Let me show you. So we are passing this object into our returning JSON result view as a model object. And if we go to the login view, login JavaScript, www.js and the login operation. So into the login operation, if login success is success, then we are storing that model object into encrypted, so that from the browser you cannot access everything. Let me show you what happened in the encrypt and decrypt process. Just for demo purpose, I have added console print into the dashboard. So if we go to the dashboard, like dashboard index, so I already disabled, let me enable. So here I am getting the encrypted data, also after decrypted, printing the data so that you can understand and visualize what happened for user login information storing into the browser with encrypt and decryption process. I'm running the application again so that we can test this basic operation. Control-Shift-I for console. Copy the login information. So I'm logging again as a super admin user. See, so once we successfully log in, system will redirect to the dashboard. So in the dashboard we can see encrypted data. So this data only we can see from the local storage, but if we decrypt the data, then we have a like application info, user profile, and the list of roles. So all the data here. Let me show you the details about from from the local storage, how we are storing the data. Application memories, sorry, application, and into the local storage. So we have a data. Let me expand, and if we local storage, local storage, session storage, local storage, let me clear everything and going to dashboard again. Refreshing, yes, is company info data, and anyways, so system has been logged out, and if we log in again, then hopefully this time we can see the user storing local storage data. So we can see the local storage, the login user data view model. So it's storing. So if we click that local storage object name, so we can see the not readable data. So this is encrypted data. So how we encrypt and decrypt, we can see from the console. I already explained this. So our data is ready with encryption, but we have to make sure before accessing data decryption as well. So for encryption and decryption, I have used a JavaScript library, which is in the previous video I explained the encryption and decryption part. So I would like to request, please check that video. So for encryption and decryption, I have used a library which is crypto.js. So you can use this library and refer into your shared folder, so that it will accessible from entire application. So I'm going to jump into the main part. So we have a ready data into local storage, and I have written for encryption and decryption local storage and storing data like custom JavaScript method. So get session key. So using that and encrypt the data and decrypt the data. So and also set item, get item. So remove item, clears and clear data and generate key, hash key. So using this list of method, I have made sure accessing and storing the and also encrypt the decrypt the data of user menu data especially. So as it is user secret data, so we have to make sure the encryption and decryption. And let's jump into the main part, which is how we generate the data menu data based on the user rule access. So I have created a folder which is like menu, side menu. So in the side menu I have three JavaScript file. First one is menu data config. This is important. So in this JavaScript I have created session object for configuring static data. So I just configure data like first is individual items and the section item sub item here, like we have a three section item: manage user, settings and reports. So manage user have a sub 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 and others, something like that. So individual items, so we have to make sure the ordering. So if it is individual and section, and you can jump this section part into here, and so according this order will maintain the application. So but there is no issue for jumping and moving like first into single and then section item. So you can configure accordingly just to jump, it's movable. So we have a ready data, and let me explain the data structure of this session. So type is individual or the section. Section is like subtree. If we go to the application, this is section menu, and this is the individual menu. And let me show you if we reorder the like section. Let me jump these two section into the top. Then what happened? Let me clear. See, manage user into the top and setting into the top. So this is the ordering I have to make sure, so for more readable and easy to configure and easy to manageable. So our static data is ready, and if I explain, so first key is section, type is section, and second is section key, section name, manage user, settings, and the titles. So title is an icon, and the is active. There is a boolean type. You can disable using this boolean type. And also same goes to the section item, section key, page rule name. So page rule name is important. Based on the page rule name, API data will compare. So then if it is if this rule accessible, then user enable only that rule page menu. And other things is configuration, user profile panel, user image, user full name, and the sidebar. This is the variable. Based on this variable ID name basically. So the system will generate the profile section as well, display settings. And this is important, get stored data. So we are collecting stored data by encrypting encrypted local stores get item. So get item will make sure the decryption process and data. So using this data into the data service, menu service, we have I make sure the building the menu. So in the initially we are receiving data and building the data like get item by get item by sidebar menu. So build order menu. So using the build order menu and get selection items. and get menu items and get the create section. So using this listed method and set active links and expand the parent tree view, get permission map data. So API data we are mapping here, so that system can generate menu view accordingly. So this is important, and user panel is like only for this part, and this part. So user information, I have created a separate JavaScript function like set user profile, show user panel, set user profile image, and set user info. So user profile basic information, as it is user information coming from the database. So that's why I have created separate user panel JS. So using these three different JavaScript file, I have make sure like first configure the static data. So you can reuse everything. I have to make sure the reusability into the another project. Just copy everything, and just you have to just configure this section, like menu name, menu titles, and the menu role name is pretty important. Also the menu is active, also the user role name, which is very important. User manage user section items. Paste role name is important. So we have just make sure how menu is generating from the application. And so if I summarize, so first user login with the system, and during the login, if I summarize the full process, during the login, so during the login, system is collecting user login information, especially the role information. Based on that role information, and we storing that role information into browser local storage with encryption. And later, for generating menu purpose, we are collecting the data with proper decryption, and we generate data by maintaining few steps, like creating section item, order item, then we have create menu service. That service is building the main order menu, so with proper permission. And also we map the backend rule data into proper readable, so that we can generate menu dynamically. So if everything you can incorporate in your application and just config this part, then you can use this dynamic menu any MVC application. And you have to refer your JavaScript library, also three JavaScript files, menu data configuration. Let me show you where we have to refer those files into the view and the shared folder. And we have a admin main sidebar. Here I just add the reference 3 JavaScript file, and for the library I added into crypto and the encryption storage, which is important. So first we collecting from the data, and using this list of method we are storing and getting data with encryption and decryption. And this 3 JavaScript file we are first configure the menu item names with proper icons and the proper role name, and then we generating role based user menu. So some user can access everything. Let me show you. This is admin user can access everything, but if it is not admin user, let's say general user, I'm going to sign out, and if I log in as a general user, so general user cannot access everything, because general user only have listed page access. see. So general user cannot access everything. So our main purpose is successful. So before closing this video, I'd like to request, if you like this application, just go to the Code Canyon, and also you can knock me, or you can get a complete source code, also the complete database, complete project documentation, ERD diagram, architecture diagram, video tutorials, free tech support, everything you will get. And also the 6-month tech support is completely free. Also, if required, I will connect you Anydesk and help you and explain step by step how we can reuse this application into the other projects. Also, you can use this application as a single application. This is the complete help desk. I'm not going to explain this application. I will explain the another video, but in this video main purpose is how we can generate this menu dynamically using the user role. So you have to make sure first the role based access system. I already make sure in this application. That is another part. During the login, if it is the role based, then I will collect those data, and after login, using this data using this data step by step, we will create the dynamic menu. We will store data into storage. Why, if you can ask me question, why we are going to store the user menu user role data into storage? Because if we refresh every time, let's say page refresh and click into the menu, then every time it might goes to the backend call. So that's why I try to minimize the backend call. Just during the login, we're storing everything and getting the data from the local storage. But somehow local storage null, then I also make sure it will call the API. So due to the performance issue, I utilize the local storage for additional API call, additional API call stopping. So these are the things. I already covered everything. Hopefully you like this process, how you can generate menu dynamically. So for some user everything, and some user 5 or 2 page, or some user only 1 page. This is completely configurable and easy to changeable. So thank you for watching this video. Hopefully I will see you in the next video. I would like to request, please subscribe and like, comments and share your feedback, so that we can motivate it and add more video like this. See you. Ta-ta.